Greetings, automotive enthusiast. We have great tales from the trip for you today. I guess it doesn't really regard this car in the back. I just bought this thing and it threw a timing belt, so it has a bad motor. But it is a 2011 Volvo C30 T5 R-Design 6-speed manual. So how cool is that? But it's just kind of coincidence that's on the trailer, and I'm taking it to drop it off to the shop because I'm picking up something else with the trailer. And this one is epic. So I'm gonna get in the vehicle and tell you more about it. Get in the GL. Becky's in there waiting for me. Hello, Becky. All right, we're pulling out of the house here with the C30. Like I said, we ordered car's got 100,000 miles on it, so we just ordered a 100,000 mile used motor, and we'll go and do timing belt, water pump, all the accessories. The interesting thing, for those of you who own these Volvos, this Volvo had a belt at 60,000, right? So why did the belt go bad? The accessory belt tensioner goes bad, and then it derails the accessory belt, and then it sucks it into the crankshaft, and boom, it ingests it, and then it's a common problem. Oh yeah. So change your accessory belt and idler, same time. Yeah, at the same time, and then maybe even then before a timing belt service. Little public service announcement on Volvos here, but so back to this car, and you see the hat that I'm wearing here. This is a Porsche, and it's not just a Porsche, it's a really awesome Porsche. So a little bit of backstory here as we roll out from the farm. Several years ago, a gentleman had a Porsche for sale. I can't remember where I saw it. Somebody told me about it, or Marketplace or Craigslist. I don't really remember. But it was a cool little, like an 01 Boxster S yellow. And I went and looked at it and everything. And it was a nice car. And I didn't end up buying it, but I met the guy. And I mean, this guy's awesome. He's like a longtime Porsche Club member. He has a Porsche 944 race car. This guy's road raced for years. I mean, and just is just so cool, and just a true Porsche enthusiast. And so when I was looking at the Boxster, he had something in the garage, and in his garage, he had lifts, in his garage, to kind of store the toys up high. And he had a car, and if y'all know me, I've got a serious thing for white 80s turbo cars and white wheels are the icing on the cake. But so he had this car up on the lift, and the car hadn't been driven, and he just parked it there. It's one of those where you kind of park it, you don't think about it, then 10 years later, boom, it's still sitting there, And, but what this car is something really cool. So it's I think it's like an 80 model or 81 924 turbo Carrera. Okay, now what this is, it's a tribute car. It's not a real one, because real one, if it was in this condition, would probably be like $100,000. And they're still undervalued. This was a homologation race car for Porsche, and so they built the Carrera, which was the street version. They built the GTS, which was the track version, because it had no interior, roll cage, and then the glass headlights. The Carrera had the pop-up headlights, and the Carrera they made them. I forget what the numbers are, but they're very rare. And then I think the GTS, they only made 30 of them or something like that. And then they had the Cup car, which was the factory race car, which there are only a handful of those. But they went out to Le Mans, and they won Le Mans in their class with the 924 turbo GTS or Carrera. So it is a significant car. It's a homologation car. They're very rare. And this car was built years and years ago. And what I understand is, it was built with mostly all factory parts, not repo parts. Right. So, and the car is just in concours condition. It actually won a Porsche Parade Concours show years ago, and when he had it driving. And so I saw that car, and of course, I just fell in love. You've
lost sleep at night.
Mesmerized, and so it's a friend of mine, and we've been since become friends, and his name's Craig, and since then, I'm like, Craig, let's get this car going, or sell it to me or something, but do something with this car, and I'm like, and I don't care, it's like, I'd love to own it, you know, and I'll give it all the love it deserves and get it on the road and totally sort it out, you know, or I'll be happy to just do what I can to help you, you know. Just this car has to get back on the road as soon as possible, because the longer they sit, the worse they get, you know. And so we've been chatting, and, you know, every I don't know, 6 months or so, I'll send him a text, you know, you gonna get that 924 down yet? Yeah, I need to do it. And finally, we've been talking about it more recently, about seriously, like, hey, what we're gonna do with this car. And he knows me, and he knows what I do with cars. And finally he says, look, I want to see this car on the road. So, and you know, I don't have time to do a thing with it, and it's, you know, getting harder to find, because a lot of stuff like this, like, we'll even do some of the work ourselves, like that 190 16 valve barn find. You know, we went through the whole fuel system. We got that car. Me and David, my manager, David did most of the work, and I just kind of advised him. But he's driving that car, you know, so cool. And that thing was sitting a long time. It needed a lot of love. So what I'm going to do is, so anyway, Craig has finally decided to sell me the car, and I'm so excited. I mean, like, I'm just so excited. And wait till you see this thing. It is just going to blow your mind. Oh, and then Becky will be taking off. We're going to drop the C30 off at the shop, and then Becky will be taking off from there, and then I'll be grabbing the GL and going and getting this Porsche. Don't go anywhere. This thing's freaking awesome. All right, I just dropped off the Volvo C30 and got that off the trailer. Now I got an empty trailer to go get a Porsche. And I didn't tell you guys, but I mean, this car's basically, it's in town. I mean, like, I live completely far east. This car is way out west, so it's almost like being a town away. But nonetheless, it is essentially a local car. So I'm headed out that way right now, and I'll be pulling in over there soon. Becky, she jumped in the 928 and took off, and having fun. It's a beautiful 70-degree day here today. So crazy busy Friday, running all around. So it's just part of the life of a Euro-Asian. So we'll be up there shortly. Wait till you see this thing. It's cool. All right, I am here. Got my camera mount in the way. I gotta see this thing. I wonder if he's got it lower down, because I've only seen this thing when it was up on the lift. So I'm gonna see it right now with you guys for the first time on the ground. Are you ready for this? Look at that. Oh, it's not doing very good. Let me get up. All right, let's try this again without the glare off the windshield. Here it is on the ground. 924 Carrera. Look at that. Dust on it. Oh my gosh. Look at this thing. How cool is that? There's the white wheels. Got the Carrera script on the fender. Wow. This is the first time I've actually seen it on the ground. Carrera GT. Oh my God, that looks good. Those added on flares. Look at that. I just walked in. I suppose I should let Craig know I'm here. Oh, I'm in love. Look at the interior. Craig, what's going on? I'm out here drooling on the car. This is the first time I've seen it on the ground. How you doing, brother?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you. Good to see you.
I left the dirt on it, so that way
yes.
everybody was a barn.
Oh, right. It is. It's a garage find, isn't it?
Barn.
Look at that.
Find as dirty as it is.
That is awesome. Yeah, this is the first time I've seen it on the ground. You know, I've just been staring at it from underneath, you know. Let me pop the hood on this dude. This is so cool. That little scoop feeding the intercooler. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that intercooler, I know he sourced that from Germany.
Wow. So tell me the history of this car, Craig.
Well, on the back here, you can see the sticker. The guy that owned Imagine Auto in Kansas City. He built it for his wife.
Okay.
And he sourced as many parts as he could from Germany.
What year was this car built? Roughly, what would you guess? Speculate.
I've got some documentation on it. I can go down and
Oh,
find
do you?
it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, anything that you've got on it. But,
But the car started out as an 81 924 turbo.
Okay.
And Jim Pasha, who was a Porsche Club, well, he's been in the Porsche Club for years.
Uh-huh.
And he was an officer, I think, in the National Porsche Club or something.
Uh-huh.
And the car was actually his when he... And,
wow.
So...
that is nice. And then how long have you had the car?
I can go look on the title. But I have it probably 20 years.
20 years? That's kind of what I speculated. Look at that. That is awesome.
No, I didn't want to touch it.
No.
Washing it off.
No.
I want to let you wash it so you don't scratch the paint. With
Oh,
it.
absolutely. Yeah, you got to have water. Yeah, no doubt about it.
So I didn't want to...
No, this is exactly how I love it right here. Farm fresh, huh? So you said that the parts that they used, a lot of them were like...
He sourced as many parts from Germany as he could. Like I told you, the intercooler.
Okay.
The side marker lights. I don't know what all he got from Germany. He told me when I bought it.
Okay.
But a lot of the parts he tried to source over there, just to make it as original as possible.
Really? So did they use some original parts?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think...
But the fenders, most of the body work, I think, is... The front fenders are fiberglass.
I think they were from the factory, though, weren't they?
That I couldn't
I think they were because they didn't have steel made up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They didn't have steel made up.
But the interior...
Wow.
The interior is just, immaculate.
Actually, that's pretty decent, though. That's not too bad.
No, they're not.
Some of them are just like cardboard, But yeah, look at that. The dash is in good shape.
But for a car with sports seats, that's a pretty decent option right there.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, look at that little Carrera GT script down there and everything. That is super cool. I love these old Yokohama tires because back in the day, this was the autocross, street autocross tire.
And then I've also...
They're brand new, but they're probably 20 years old.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're not going to be real good for me.
Oh, no. I've already got Pirelli P7s lined out for it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got some goodies back here.
Christmas stuff.
Oh, yeah. I know how that goes. Well, yeah, you have a little more room now. Oh, cool.
But there's some information that I had when I showed the car. I got all that.
And you said you showed this at the Porsche Parade in Kansas City?
In Fort Worth.
Oh, in Fort Worth. What year was that? Look at that.
Probably, it's been about 18, 20 years ago.
Yeah,
and I've got the
because you won the class, didn't you?
It won first in his class, yeah.
Oh, that's
in
too cool.
So
yeah.
It was...
Wonder, Porsche.
It was clean at one time.
Yeah, no, it'll be clean again. So the Porsche Parade's coming to Oklahoma City, right?
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to.
Well,
I was hoping to get it to mow and get it fixed.
Yeah,
and take it down there, but
maybe I'll get it down there.
That kind of ruined my plans when we kind of stopped working on things.
Well, Craig, why don't see if I can get it going? We'll go down there together.
Here's the toolkit.
Oh yeah,
So.
That's cool. And look at that. Look what they did, like with the bumpers and everything. That is awesome. And then I love the white Fuchs, centers. Mm-hmm. That is so cool. What a neat car.
Yeah, regrettably.
Well, but
I hate getting rid of it. I thought, well, where's it going to be in a year from now? Probably up there on the lift. So.
Yeah, it's only going to get worse, and you know that I'm going to treat it good.
Oh,
hey,
you'll get it back to
I got to. Right. Guess what? You're not going to believe this. Guess what? It's been about a couple months ago. Guess what? I got in as a parts car, a 924 turbo parts car. I haven't had one in 25 years, and a guy called me on one. And literally, I was like, one of us, like, if I get this car or whatever, I'm going to grab this parts car because, they just don't exist.
Right.
They just don't exist. That is super cool. And I love the GTS headlights. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The Carrera had the pop-ups, right. And the GTS had these lights.
Yeah, but it's kind of a mix of both.
Yeah, it is a little bit. I think it's cool, though.
And one thing I need to I'll let you know, so before you drive it, obviously.
Yeah.
Now, he had a pin that was stuck in here and here, to keep these down.
Okay.
And they've popped out since, but
okay.
I just don't want you to go down the road and all of a sudden this thing goes flying off.
Yeah, I better put some tape on it or something.
So, there's a, I don't know what, I can't remember what he had in there. Some kind of a plastic pin that went through
Okay, like a push pin or something.
To hold them all in place.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that.
That was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, this will be fine on your trailer.
If I got back to the shop and that was missing, I'd be crying.
It should be fine for that, but we can.
Yeah, I got some tape. We'll just put a piece of tape on it just to make it, safe or whatever. Well, that is cool. I mean, you and I, you've got a 944 race car. Yeah. And you raced that a lot, haven't you? You've had that for a long time,
I bought it to race an SCCA, and then before I got to racing it, that's when the series shut down, or we weren't racing them anymore. So,
but it's a full-blown race car.
Yeah.
Well, hey, and you're not racing it anymore, right?
No, it's for
sale. Hey, if anybody wants a 944 turbo race car, I'll drop some pictures into the video here. And reach out to us, and if somebody wants a built race car.
Yeah, it's ready to go.
Ready to go. Look at that. That is so cool. And then just the white is so cool. I wondered, I found a GTS in white. The Carreras were black, silver, and red. That was the three colors they made for the street version. But I actually found a GTS, a real GTS that was white. So, so this is kind of an imagination car, but it just, the bottom line is it looks freaking cool.
You did a good job building it.
Yeah.
He had a shop and he did it for his wife, so I know he did a lot of things right on it.
Right. Yeah, and then it's been sitting in here for, 10 years, you think?
I've had it in this garage since we bought the house 15 years ago.
Okay, and when was the last time it was started, you think?
Last year I started it, and it'd kick over and run for just a little bit and then shut off because of I didn't have gas going through it. So, but it fluid.
Okay.
And it'd run for a little bit and then shut off. But,
right.
So yeah, it's
the fuel pump's probably stuck. Most likely. You know what I'm saying? Here's my little test here. We'll find out real quick.
There's no gas in it.
Yeah, but it doesn't smell that. It's like we're smelling a cork. Yeah. Gearheads, wine connoisseurs smell wine corks. Gearheads smell gas caps. But actually, it doesn't smell that bad.
So the tank has been drained.
Oh, it has been drained. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, and I put new gaskets on the lines coming out.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Yeah, so it'd be a matter of putting some fuel in it, pumping, check the pump.
Actually, it does. I did put a little fuel in it last year when I tried to start it. So
okay.
A little bit of fuel in it.
So I bet the pump's probably stuck. So basically, probably a pump and filter, and then flush some fuel through the lines. What happens on these a lot of times is that it has that the Bosch CIS has that fuel distributor, with all the lines going to it, and there's a fuel metering pin on the bottom, and the fuel evaporates, and then the pin sticks. And then sometimes you can get a hold of them and get them free and get them working again, and sometimes they're seized. But luckily, there are places that rebuild those. This will probably have to get rebuilt, which wouldn't really hurt it anyway, because when they rebuild them, they flow test them and everything, and so then kind of what you got. You know what I'm saying? Right. But interesting. That's exciting.
Yeah, I can't remember who's this guy that used to do the cars and coffee.
Rob.
Yeah. So his orange 911 came from the same guy.
Really?
I bought this from.
Oh, wow. Hey, Rob. Did you know that? Yeah, I'm actually, I talked to Rob. I was just talking to Rob a little bit ago. He's, we're all car crazy guys, right?
I don't know if he still has the orange 911.
No, it's kind of interesting. So he sold that to Tyler in a group of cars, and actually they did a real good job of punking me on that one. Rob had, he had I think he had an Aston Martin. He had the 911, and then he had bought a Ferrari 348 that was supposed to go to me, and then he sold all three of them to Tyler. And I was like, wait a minute, that car was supposed to go to me. Well, it actually did come to me, and they kind of punked me, which is a funny deal on that. So they kind of got me there. But
anyway, that was the same guy built that car.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and I remember looking at it underneath and stuff. I mean, it's a nice, solid car.
Yeah,
clean.
I can't remember what the exhaust is. Porsche.
Oh yeah. So do you think this thing? Well, with that intercooler, this thing's probably putting out more power if they actually put on some Carrera parts.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's got a nice exhaust.
Oh yeah. That is nice. Does it sound pretty good?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, for what it is.
Yeah, right.
It's got some get up and go down low because it's got a small turbo on it, so it's got a lot of get up and go on the low end.
Yeah,
that runs out pretty quick.
Yeah,
what it was for the time.
Yeah, the fuel system on these you know, they really weren't that designed to, you know, flow that much fuel. I've been watching so many videos on this thing. I'm watching this thing run at Le Mans. I've been watching all kinds of videos and just kind of digging into them.
And I believe he told me when he built the engine, he put the ARP head studs on it.
Oh, okay. So the engine's been rebuilt?
It's got good head studs on it, yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, that's always good to know. And you've got, I guess it'd be nice to get all the paperwork, kind of see what's done, huh?
Yeah, I'll go down in the basement and I'll pull it up and let you look at it.
Oh, cool, cool. All right. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and go inside and get the title and stuff and get the trailer backed up.
Sounds good.
All right.
This may be off of the race car, I think it is.
Oh, wow. That's quite a folder on the race car.
Yeah.
You got all the documentation, don't you?
Yeah, there's one that was built in Canada.
Oh, cool.
Came from Canada.
That's cool. I bet that thing's a blast to drive.
Yeah, it is. It's I think it had 384 horsepower to the wheels.
384 at the wheels? Wow. And then that's like 400 horse, and then the car probably weighs what, 2,200 pounds?
22, 23.
Yeah, I got it right. That sounds like a hoot. Looks like we're down in Craig's man cave here.
Yeah, man cave.
Oh, wow. This is cool. Oh, you got a bird. You got some cool stuff. Well, hello. Hi, hello. What a cool bird.
That's Bertha.
Bertha? Hi, Bertha. We are all alike, Craig. We love cars and we love pinball. You know what's so funny is I'm going tomorrow to Texas, all the way down by Austin to pick up a pinball machine.
Really?
Yes. The Flintstones pinball machine. Cyclone's a good one, actually. Hi, Bertha.
These I got from a guy in Kansas City that had rented them out and had a business.
Yeah.
And he rented them out to,
This is a fun one. I used to go to the Copper Q, and me and Becky got married, and we just played pinball. We didn't drink, we didn't go to bars. We just went and played pinball. You know, that's what we did. Hello. You like to talk, don't you?
on the floor.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, doing bird things.
Yep,
That is super cool.
But yeah, I got these from a guy in Kansas City who was getting out of the business. I think I got them for little nothing.
Right.
He had two full-size wood shuffleboard tables.
Oh, no way.
Regulation size.
Uh-huh.
Sold them for $500 a piece.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
You can't pick those up for $10,000.
Are you serious? Yeah. I mean, when all the arcades, all that kind of shut down, you know, that stuff was worth nothing.
Yeah, nobody wanted it.
No, and I mean, a lot of them probably went to junk. Wow, some cool stuff. Yeah. Brian Petty would love to see all this stuff. You know, he loves all that stuff.
Yeah, the brown car was the first 84 944 that I did a track event in and got me hooked.
Oh, this is Genesis, huh?
That's what got me
to
hooked.
The addiction. And 944s, that whole chassis is just the greatest.
That was an 84 that actually had a limited slip option on it.
Okay.
So it was great for the track.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, those are just, even the regular, normally aspirated cars are fantastic cars.
Yeah, they handle really well.
And they're torquey little motors and everything. Yeah, I don't know if you know, I just picked up a 968 cab, 6-speed.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, I just picked that thing up.
Then I got that for the first race car.
Okay.
And
Cool.
Then I sold it to Terry Morris.
Uh-huh.
That's what he raced for years.
Oh,
And
yeah.
bought this one and ran it for quite a few years from SCCA.
That's the one you have now?
And Porsche Club. No.
That's a different one?
And then I bought the yellow one over here. The one right there on the wall.
Oh, okay, right here. Oh, wow.
Went to a GT car
Okay.
and raced that. And then I've got the Martini livery 944 turbo now that
Oh, man.
that's the one I was going to race until SCCA kind of shut it down.
Really? Oh, that's a bummer. Hey, look, there's your 968 Club Sport right there.
Mm-hmm.
Those are pretty. They didn't bring those to this country, but they're bringing them over now because now they're old enough, you know?
Right.
Well, that's some cool stuff, man. I love it.
Yeah, I took it down there and went.
Oh, that is cool. 04. That is cool. And that's this. So does that go with the car, or does that stay with it? It's kind of the car. It kind of goes to the car, doesn't it?
I'll have to think about that.
Yeah. But you know, it kind of accolades typically go with the car.
Yeah.
Oh, and there she is. There it is right there, all cleaned up.
Back in the glory days.
Well, it's going to be just like the Bruce Springsteen song, Glory Days, you know. We'll bring them back.
Curly Haywood and Brian Redmond signed picture
Wow. I envy you. You got it. I haven't really got a chance to do a lot of racing and a lot of that stuff, you know. I did a lot of autocross for years, but you know, I just never really had the time or money to even do anything, you know. I wanted to, I would have loved to. So autocross was the the next best thing, and then I got into shifter karts, you know, and that was some good racing.
Oh, those are fun.
Yeah, that was some good racing, and I had a lot of fun doing
I did
that.
One time out at Lake Afton.
Oh, like road racing?
Just one
yeah.
time.
I did sprint racing mostly.
That got me hooked too.
Yeah, that is fun. So here's all your good stuff here.
Yeah, it's all that was the yellow or the white car that I won most of those plaques with.
That's cool.
And got that picture up on the wall where we're running at Heartland. That's when I got the Workers' Choice Award. Doing that race.
Oh, wow. That is cool. I was at Heartland one time at SCACA Nationals. I mostly just sprint race, but a bunch of guys were like, hey, go do the road race down there. And I'm like, you know, I never really did road race much. And so I'm like, oh, I'll do it. It was there. I was running in second place, and my exhaust broke. You know, I was in second place at Road Race Nationals. And for the, you know, that was my second ever road race because I did sprint racing. Right. And the doggone exhaust broke. And, you know, on a two-stroke, that's it. That's over, you know. Yep. Oh, so there's one of my sob stories. Well, Craig, that went swimmingly. Yeah, we just backed right up to the lift. And with one more person, we could have just pushed it on there, but we had just put the winch on it so we could control it. And yeah, we got her all buttoned down. Now, I'm gonna go see it out here in the wild. It's kind of cool, isn't it?
It's been a while since you've been out.
Yeah, I hadn't seen daylight in a while, has it? No. I like the cobwebs here. That is awesome. Oh yeah, well, that'll be fun. So this is my favorite part is cleaning it up and getting it going.
Collected all that sitting up on the lift all the years.
Isn't that crazy? That's kind of tells you how long it's been sitting up there. That is super cool though. Well, I got it loaded up. It's on the trailer. Go slow out of the driveway here, make sure I don't drag. Don't want to tear up his concrete. So you can see it right there in the mirror. So I got a couple of pictures with Craig in the car, a few little last shots, but this won't be the last time that he sees this vehicle. As like I say, he's a local guy, and yeah, we're gonna definitely be, you know, seeing each other more. And heck, I get it going, we'll throw him behind the wheel of it again. But yeah, wasn't Craig an awesome guy? Just he's just one of the cool car guys, you know, racing Porsches and all that cool stuff in the basement. That was awesome to see. So, well, now I got it loaded up and I'm on my way to shift and get my little prize unloaded and see, hopefully I got enough energy to get it pushed into I gotta get it unloaded and push it into my stall. So that's the plan next, on our way to shift. All right, I got it backed into shift here, get it unloaded, and then hopefully I can find somebody to help me push this thing and get it in one of my stalls. But look at that, just so cool. Covered in dust. Look over there. There's the M5, so it's spending some time down here. I've been driving that car a little bit since the weather turned nice. Let me go ahead and get this dude. And there you have it, folks. 924 Carrera GT, tucked safe and sound. Can't wait to get it going. Have a great day and happy motoring.